30 years have since passed, and while a whole lot has changed, the song remains the same. The Wolf still rocks.
Hey there, it's Brian Ellis, morning show co-host, 101.5 The Wolf. We continue our 30th birthday video series. The Wolf launched February 14th, 1992. This lady on camera right now has been with me as The Wolf morning show co-host for a number of years, Taylor Renkema. Hey, Taylor.
Hello. It's nice to actually see you in person again.
I know. As we record this video, we are coming up on 2 years where you have not been in the studio with me because of COVID protocols. But you're at your home in Bob Cage, and I'm in the studio right now. And I thought we would just sort of reminisce about your time with the Wolf, and let's go back and talk about your time prior to the Wolf and what got you here.
So I did a journalism program at Loyalist College. I believe your alma mater. I did journalism, online, print, radio, and television there. So it was a 3-year program. And then I started working in radio, doing news and mornings at a station in my hometown in Brockville. So I was there for just over 3 years. And then when my boyfriend at the time, now husband, got transferred up to this area for his job, I started looking up here for work in radio. And the timing lined up that you guys were looking for a morning host there as well.
And I'll always remember when you come up to Peterborough from Brockville for the interview, and you and I went into the studio. Now we were downtown at the time, downtown Peterborough, King and George, and we recorded what they call a demo. So I think I had sent to you 2 or 3 topic ideas that we were going to discuss and chat about, and I recorded them just as if we were doing a regular show. And I'll always remember when we finished that and we hit it off so well and you left, I went into Rob Sagan, our program director, and I said, that's the co-host. Like, that's the one we got to hire right there. I know.
And I'm pretty sure that within 5 minutes of meeting you, I was already making fun of you.
Probably,
I think it was about Game of Thrones because there was a segment that you wanted to talk about. It was some pop culture thing. And we pivoted because half the time we plan what we're talking about and then we end up talking about something completely different. Yeah. We're not very good at staying on topic. Yeah. But that happened even in my audition. Yeah. And we started talking about Game of Thrones. And I think I called you a loser because you hadn't seen the single episode.
I hadn't seen it. And actually, you were the one that actually convinced me to go ahead and watch Game of Thrones. And it became one of my all-time favorite series. The other thing about your time, which is kind of behind the scenes for the listeners, is it took a long time for you to actually get hired. Because we had a hiring freeze with Chorus at the time.
Yeah. So my first interview was in January. And I remember because I drove up from Brockville for the interview and the audition in the studio. I drove up from Brockville. It was about a 3 and a bit hour drive, about 3 hours. But it was January and I was worried that I was going to get, stuck in snow or bad weather or traffic or whatever. I think I left like 7 hours before I needed to. So I was in downtown Peterborough. I just walked around and kind of explored the town a little bit and checked everything out. And then the second interview we did was over the phone. It was in February. And then I had an interview with some of the higher ups from Chorus, some of the, bigger managers and big names. And they did that in late February. And it was still mid-April before we actually got the word that I could be hired. And then it was early May when I started. So it was quite a process.
It was a long process. And again, it was just a case of there was a hiring freeze within the company. And we were like, we got to hire her. We don't want to miss getting her. Yeah. So you joined us. So what was the year that you joined again? I'm terrible with dates. What was the year that you actually joined the Wolf?
Oh, God. I think it was 2015 or 2016.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Because this is coming up on 7 years now, I believe.
Okay. All right.
In May for me.
And, prior to COVID and the lockdown, and we were actually doing a lot of different events and getting out and meeting listeners. Is there anything that sort of sticks out for you as sort of a highlight from your time with the Wolf so far?
There have been so many really cool fundraisers. And I know people always say, this is a great community, but it really is. Mm-hmm. And it's incredible to see. And I'm from a small town. And when I say small town, I mean small town. I'm talking like a quarter the size of Peterborough.
Right.
So we always had that small tent mentality where I was from, but seeing it in a bit of a bigger city, seeing that same mentality, that small town, support your neighbor, help your friends, help people you don't even know, it's really incredible. And I remember there was one of the Strut Your Mutt events that I was at for the Peterborough Humane Society. That was where I actually met Lindsay Biscaya, who used to work at Global Peterborough.
Right.
And her and I started a really great friendship, which continues to this day, even though she has since left. So I think I associate a lot of big events that we've done with, kind of accomplishments and achievements in my own life as well, where, they've been milestones for me lining up with kind of my own life. And COVID has made that really kind of challenging because we
Yeah.
can't do any of those fundraisers the way we would like to. But we still see such incredible support from this community for so many different, charities and organizations that we work with at the station. And seeing the community support for them is really cool.
Absolutely. And the day will come when we can all get back to normal and do more events like that. And I'm looking forward to it. And it's been quite a ride for you and I in the morning show, and we will continue. And I just wanted to chat with you on this video series to kind of give listeners a little bit of a behind the scenes as to how you got to the Wolf and what we're doing these days. So Taylor, thanks so much, and we'll be chatting on the air again, I think. So
Oh yeah, work.
yeah,
Right.
work. Yeah. All right. Thanks.